Greetings! I am Relinquished Soul, Rarehunter and Seeker of the Strange in the world of Jewel Monsters, the world of Yu-Gi-Oh! When I heard that there was a game where an elderly relative is abducted by reclusive billionaire who then invites you to come to their private island to save them, with the very fate of the world at stake. I thought that this could only be a game about Season 1 of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, Duelist Kingdom. As a seeker of the strange, I had no choice but to download the first episode of this game and find out if this was coincidence or if there is a greater conspiracy. The first 2 parts of my exploration of the Council will be coming out simultaneously, and if you enjoy them, let me know, and I will continue my search for the occult truth behind this game and Yu-Gi-Oh! Itself. If you are a fan of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, I'm sure you will appreciate this. And I hope if you're a fan of the Council, intrigued by what you find, consider picking up the game itself. The first episode is free on Steam. Now, my fellow Rarehunters, let's begin our search for the truth. Pegasus.
Whoa. Impressive.
Ah, my son. I was looking for you.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Ricci, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance. Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
Thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
As tempted as I am, tact will save me here.
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow, then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
Literally?
She had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is very commendable. But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
I am a seeker of the strange in the world of jewel monsters. I've got jelly.
Be it Mother or myself, our motto has always been discretion in all things, and to promise to never betray a word of honor. Was your secret safe with Mother? It will be even more so with me.
You have convinced me. The mystery with which your mother manages her business proves that she carries your motto close to her heart. Your words seem sincere, my son.
All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate.
No.
Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Truly, I will surprise him.
Look, you seem hesitant. The simplest thing to do is just to give it to her when you see her. After all, it's not that urgent.
Yes. I mean, yes, it's urgent. I mean, what if we don't find each other here on the island?
Though I don't know yet when I'll be leaving. I might not be staying for very long. What to do? Can you see a solution? Come on, just give me the letter for crying out loud.
I cannot run the risk alone. I am going to trust you. You seem like an honest man. Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother would read it?
I follow a different master. I actually have the option. Excellent.
Your Eminence, that's just not possible for me.
Why is that?
I've always had a Cartesian mind, and I won't make false promises. I respect you too much for that. I spend my time trying to find logical and reasonable answers to problems which, at first glance, may seem supernatural.
That's how I would
I'm not
put
saying
this.
I don't believe in God as a concept. I just don't believe in the God of your sacred texts. And I don't want to lie to you.
Even though your answer does shock me, my son, I shall only hear your honesty. Listen, let's stop there. I'm going to tell you a secret, Monsieur de Ricci. Your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains.
That's the spirit. Everything is permitted.
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch, a biography of the great men. Opened Brutus's page. Caesar, stabbed by multiple blows at once, sees Brutus raise the dagger on him. Then, covering his head with his robe, he delivers himself to the arms of the conspirators. Nice family. Let's keep it. Might come in handy someday.
Almost prophetic.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence, Cardinal Piaggi. He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simple.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Richet. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Richet's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Please,
My friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Holm, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Sounds like my kind of party.
Like you, Mr. President, I'm here as a result of Lord Mortimer's invitation.
2 members of the same family here. That is rare.
You know what they say. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
That's awkward. My nose looks like trash.
I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Is he my father?
Good Lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order.
The
It's the highest distinction of the Order in the
Rarehunter.
United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
He is my father. What?
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man for my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
Is
He's
this
asking you guys to
okay?
turned up? Great start.
Classic Pegasus.
Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who
just
would like to
gonna call
are
him
invited to follow
Croquet.
me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I've already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
He's just croquet. I have no interest. And again, if His Eminence is really my father, I must know. But then, Washington could really be my father, too. We at least know Washington is probably a Rarehunter like myself. It is time to embrace the darkness.
Let's see what Washington has to say. Sir, if you don't mind, I shall stay here.
Do exactly as you please, young man.
Louis, thank you for staying. Just like you, when I arrived this morning, I found out that Sarah had gone missing. I know your mother well. Don't worry. Emily is from the English branch of the Golden Order.
And President Washington is in fact the leader of the Order in the United States.
I didn't know.
Sorry to have made you wait, but I didn't want to speak in front of the others.
You did well. Secrecy and discretion are the pillars of our organization.
If I can help in any
Season 4,
way, please don't hesitate to ask, my lad. And if you have any other questions, now's the time.
Are you my father? Okay, so Rarehunter, George Washington, and Season 4 might be useful allies. We don't know if Emily has met my mother yet. We still don't know much about Mortimer. And this is his island after all.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
Lord Mortimer is a remarkable man. He's wealthy and is advisor to the very highly placed. Your mother is the head of the Order in France. It doesn't surprise me that he asked her to come.
Lord Mortimer greatly contributed to financing my electoral campaign, for example. But I want this to be clear, without ever seeking to gain an advantage.
Sure.
And that is to his credit.
Yes, you can trust him. He will do everything in his power to help you find Sarah.
Mr. Washington, you seem to be very familiar with my mother.
Yes, this is the question. I want to know how you met my mother.
Where did you first meet her?
I met Sarah during the War of Independence on American soil. She was introduced to me by a mutual acquaintance, and I must say that her sound advice prevented me from making some terrible mistakes. She may not be a soldier, but believe me, she deserves a statue as much as Lafayette does.
Well, I didn't see that one coming. There's no doubt Mother has many secrets that are still hidden. Right. Would it be too much if I asked you a few more questions?
Not at all. Go ahead. But I can't promise I'll remember everything.
May I ask, when you saw each other, what did you talk about?
I need to know much more about this branch of the Rarehunters. Have we secured any of the Egyptian gods?
When she came to the US, did you exchange ideas about the Golden Order?
Exactly. What's more, she was essential in helping set up the American branch of the Order. I would never have become its leader without her help. We are a new country. And to achieve our democratic ideals, we need to count on discrete powers such as our organization.
Thank you, sir.
Understandable.
I was hoping to speak with Lord Mortimer. At least now I have some information, thanks to you.
I repeat, Lord Mortimer is a man of his word. You won't be disappointed. And I am persuaded that your mother's research is his main concern.
You seem very trusting. She hasn't left the islands, not with that bag.
Mother still is at the head of the Golden Order. I find it difficult to believe that she came to this island without notifying the other members.
As for myself, I did not know. I am here at the request of Sir Holm, a situation regarding the Crown of England to resolve, and to see what Lord Mortimer has to propose to us.
As for me, Lord Mortimer asked me here to speak about the future of America. I did not know that your mother would even be among us. In any case, no one has yet mentioned associating the Order.
We haven't found many clues yet.
Despite that, there's a lot of Rarehunters here.
But I did find a book that belongs to my mother.
Where did you find it?
That's what worries me. I found it hidden on the wharf.
Do you think she was preparing to discreetly leave?
I don't know.
An extremely likely proposition.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Don't worry, Louis. I'm sure nothing bad has happened to her.
Yes, I hope not.
Something bad has definitely happened to her.
Careful, they're coming back.
Bakura?
Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal.
It's
But I must say,
gorgeous.
he does have some outstanding...
Ah, yes. Yes, Kronos with Zeus.
The statue is impressive, and so are the paintings. Rubens, the Caravage, Guignero. Lord Mortimer has very good taste, and the means to express it.
Oh, I see our young sir is a connoisseur.
Yes, in my spare time. Yet, I couldn't tell you who the artist of that painting there is. I think I recognize a theme, but the style intrigues me.
Saturn
like it.
devouring his son. Oh, well, you wouldn't know. The
What?
artist is none other than Lord Mortimer. I thought for a
Lies.
long time that the painting wasn't finished, but my friend
Terrible
assured me...
lies.
Still, there's no accounting for taste.
Not very conventional, but it sure does hold your attention.
That
You'll find
is
that
a
Lord Mortimer
real
is not what
painting.
one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet.
Sir Holm, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Classic
Rest assured,
Bakura.
she's not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence.
Classic
On that
Bakura.
note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Way to call me out.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow. Oh man, it's been quite a day. Right, where is my room?
Might call it soon, we'll see. Is there anything, any loose cards I can discover? Where shall I find the Egyptian gods on this island? What more millennium items can I seek?
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
I don't need to know where mine is. Not yet.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Bonaparte is here. Okay. Excellent.
decorum guide.
Nonsense! Such things are of no need to a Rarehunter. I shall devote myself solely to the occult and die to Yugi-Chubing. Perhaps I shall build a deck in my spare time. Something that represents this game. Perhaps Dog Massacre. Or Labyrinth Wall. I have no idea where I am going. This is that truly what makes
President George
experience
Washington.
worthwhile. Aren't we all lost in the abyss? We crave answers, but are we ever truly satisfied with the answers? I've probably missed my room.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi. Huh, that's me.
Relinquished soul, seeker of the strange in the world of jewel monsters. I have arrived! In my room!
Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance.
Indeed.
But if I open it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust. What should I do?
You're not my real father, and I have ways.
So, it really is a list of French countrymen. Piaggi wasn't lying. Wow!
God
Nice.
damn it.
Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
Place is so sealed. I wonder how much more Mortimer, Pegasus, is claiming he created. Classic Pegasus. He merely adopted the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game from the pharaohs of Egypt. A true colonizer, through and through.
Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices.
Hearing voices, maybe similar to what we had.
Judith beheading Holofernes. Ironic in a way, when you know that the artist represented herself as Judith beheading her mentor, who had raped her.
These are truly dark.
Saturn
paintings.
devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son.
Classic Pegasus.
Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy, before superior voices. It always amuses me to see how art gets used for propaganda purposes.
Okay.
The Conversion of St. Paul by Caravaggio. It's incredible. It doesn't look like a copy, but I was sure the original was in Rome.
You can tell from all the way up there in bad lighting, you are truly an erudite soul.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
I feel like Pegasus is sending us a message here, but he does not know how far I have truly embraced the darkness. All your secrets shall be mine, Pegasus. Excellent. I feel I can go a little longer. Okay, let's see. I shall truly devote myself to the occult, come what may. Occultism, you are mine to command. I shall go from mere darkness to advanced darkness. This manuscript. There we go. Yes, this will do. More visions. Receiving Pegasus games. One step closer to the jewels that I crave.
Your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
De Richet can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of de Richet's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear.
Respect the Jew, Pegasus.
I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late. And we have much to discuss. One last move?
Just another
Don't
game
worry.
on
Our games
Eagle
always seem
Pro.
to end like this.
Or always start like this? Come, take a seat, my friend.
I appreciate the duel. A rage quitter's part of the game. Danny Washington.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
What happened to your face, Croquet?
I'm coming!
You're interrupting my reveries.
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present. However, rest assured that we are doing all we can to resolve the case that concerns us. By the way, enclosed, you will find a key that will enable you to retrieve the personal effects your mother left behind. Yours faithfully, Lord William Mortimer.
I may have already cracked that open, but we shall see. I better go see Daddy Washington first.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer is giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Excuse me, am I bothering you?
No.
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
Elizabeth Adams. Home introduced her to us.
Yes. Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens! I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in.
The
I want you to
darkness
distract
grows.
Elizabeth while I search her room. And perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least, I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
It seemed like a vision of the future to begin with. But was that really what it was? We saw him knock on our door, and indeed the knock did come. This is happening now. But if he is my long-lost father, and if that is indeed Bakura, then there are greater mysteries we must solve.
Count on me, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Keep Elizabeth downstairs as long as possible. She must not return to her room.
Trust me.
Yes, Daddy.
According to Washington, Lady Adams is in the small salon. I better hurry. Louis, you're straying from your objective.
Do you dare consider that maybe this is my objective?
Louis, you're straying from your objective.
I am in control of
Louis,
my own
you're straying from
fate.
your objective.
I do not believe the lies.
Louis, you're straying from your objective.
Very well, but I shall return. More powerful than you could ever imagine. Invisible wall. Where are the Yu-Gi-Oh cards? There may be things down here I missed. Okay.
My son. Oh, you are a godsend.
What's the matter, Your Eminence?
I believe Miss Adams may be in danger.
What do you mean?
Do you hear that? She is being manhandled in this small salon.
By whom?
I don't know exactly. A thug, a Frenchman, it seems, by the cut of his clothing, say he's a member of the French revolutionary government. You should do something, my son.
You're not my real father!
Come on, this guy's a cardinal? Weren't you about to enter the room, Your Eminence?
Oh, no. I was just passing by.
But since I do happen to be here, shall we go in together now?
I'd rather go and find help. It's safer.
Well, let's see. It's always the same ones who get dumped in it.
Thank you, my son. May God watch over you.
Who do you think you are?
Forgive me, sir.
If we were in France, I'd have sent you to the guillotine for what you just said.
Please,
I have
just let me go back to my
objectives, but I
room.
see a duel coming.
Hey, you! Stay out of it! This is none of your business. I'm gonna teach this little slut how to behave.
What the hell is going on?
Huh? I don't think you know who I am.
Stop. I beg you. I didn't mean to. Don't hit me, please, sir.
Shit. If I step in, Adams might just run back to her room. And if I do nothing, yes, Washington will have enough time to search, but this girl's gonna suffer. Damn it, what should I do?
Time to duel!
Huh? Stay out of it, boy!
Shit.
What are you playing at? I told you to mind your own business, boy! If you think you can side with this whore and then just walk away, you're out of your mind.
You will regret
There's one good reason not to knock you down.
You're not back in your slum now. You're in Lord Mortimer's home. I suggest you think carefully about what you're going to do.
Don't think you're getting away with it that easily. I'm sick of all these toffs. If we were in Paris, I'd send you all to the guillotine.
And I would
On top of
send
it
you
all,
to the
you
center
wanna tell me
realm!
how I ought to behave? I won't stand for it.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
What? Don't tell me you're gonna defend these harlots.
I believe in man. From speech comes dialogue. From dialogue, peace is born. And from peace, great destinies flourish.
What the fuck are you talking about? I get the feeling you're trying to put one over on me. If that's the case, you're making a big mistake.
We
Sorry
shall
about that.
see.
Look, there's no point in us aggravating each other. Let's both just go our separate ways.
Don't move, we're not done yet. You wanted to be the knight in shining armor and save the damsel in distress.
I want to send you to the
Yeah,
center
you
realm! I can cure this.
Think about it. You know your head will roll tomorrow if you shoot.
Wanna bet?
Sure do.
I'm not
Yeah!
in the habit of beating Lord Mortimer's guest in his own salon. You got off easy this time, but don't try it again.
Oh, I can't wait! What are my traits? Manipulation, conviction, focus, reliable, autism, conviction. Yes! Yes! Remember the
Brooch
object.
Elizabeth was wearing. Huh. She was so frightened she was unaware that she'd lost it.
Yeah, well, it didn't seem to do her much good.
Millennium Ring acquired! Dude, all the items will be mine!
There's a pattern with 5 circles on this chest.
Who cares? I'm breaking in! Yeah!
All right, I've retrieved everything. Hey, these look like pages taken from an ancient encyclopedia. Chronicles of the Amber Princes. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite character.
I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I'm not gonna get agility through that. This game's occult only, lads.
Well, did you get time to search the room?
Louis, I only needed 10 minutes. Imagine the scandal if she had found me.
What would you have done in my shoes? She was in the middle of an argument with some angry guy.
10 minutes? I didn't ask for the moon.
I'm
Nonetheless,
sorry,
you
Daddy.
found what you were looking for, didn't you?
Not everything, but yes. Elizabeth is definitely the daughter of John Adams. We need more information.
You can always go back.
It's too late now.
I won't go back. I sense a kindred spirit in Megara. Frankly, her ear is just epic. Maya's fine, but do I look like Joey?
That's not the right way.
God darn you invisible walls! I will have my revenge! As the darkness grows, my power grows with it, and my traits will rise! And I will send all your walls and decadence to the shadows! But first, my wound.
Your Eminence, what are you doing here?
I was worried about you, my son. How did it go with Miss Adams?
You're a true coward. Could I have killed him? That would have been good.
Don't worry about that anymore, Your Eminence. I had to step in, but everything's under control.
What an adventure, my son. I am relieved to hear it. You acted as a good Christian. In these troubled times, we need more men of your caliber.
It's nothing, Your Eminence. I did what I had to do. Well, you did the opposite.
Good. Well, thanks for the news. My son, I have another problem. I wanted to speak to you about something important. Do you still have my letter on you? The one I gave you in the hall?
Why do you ask?
I have a name to add to it.
I will add your name to a list. And it won't be a birth certificate.
Here it is.
Thank you, my son.
Good thing I kept it
I see that
sealed.
it's still sealed. I was right to put my trust in you, Louis. Give me 1 second. I can't imagine what would have happened if I hadn't added this name to the list. Please be sure to give this letter to Sarah the moment you see her.
You can count on it.
Have a good night.
Sure. I will see you in your darkest nightmares, Cardinal.
I'm exhausted. I better go to bed. I'll search my room tomorrow. If Mother stayed here right before me, you never know. And Mortimer had better show up.
Yes, indeed. Really? All answers will come to me in the end. I will discover the truth of this world. I will discover all the secrets of Duelist Kingdom. Pegasus will not deceive me. And so with that, we will end here. To be continued. Are you prepared to subscribe and embrace the darkness?